Hey folks, I'm Mike North. Welcome to 30 and 5 on 560WIND.com, and keep coming to us. We are going to be expanding our model very, very soon here on this wonderful website. Don't forget John and Amy every single morning, Monday through Friday, and Steve Cochran in the afternoon, filled in with a lot of great people, and you can check them out all on this website. 68% saying today in a poll that they don't feel the economy's turning for the better. Now, the jobless rate still at 9%, okay? But it's holding firm. It's supposed to be a record Christmas from what we're hearing. Who knows what people are hanging on to? I think that the Obama administration will wait for the Christmas earnings to come in before they make a move. The unemployment roll's been down a little bit, so you're seeing a mixed bag right now. But it's still up at 9%. And when 68 to 70% of the people in this country say they don't feel the economy's getting better, that is a serious situation that I don't know what they're going to do about it. Now, we still got a long time before the election, and right now, in a poll taken, Newt Gingrich, well, you don't have to know who's leading the GOP, because as soon as a guy becomes the leader of the GOP, then the left starts coming up with like old stories. You know, Newt Gingrich, 10 years ago he took money. Yeah, he took money as a consultant for $1.6 million over an 8-year span. In the meantime, we're $15 trillion in debt. Okay, so here's what I'm saying. Newt Gingrich has over 30% now. He's pulling away from Romney, pulling away from Kaine, and he's reinvented himself. And in a debate, he will destroy Barack Obama. He will destroy him. He knows everything and anything. He helped write most of the rules. So we'll see what happens. He's still got that Fannie Mae thing around his neck for being a consultant. But I think, you know, considered what everybody else is in trouble for, like Herman Cain and everything else, that's a blip on the screen, especially with the money that they've spent since. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare, you got it all here. Rosemont, you can't miss it. Occupying Wall Street, I'm going to tell you right now, you're all scumbags. You stop kids from going to school. You stop people from going to work. You're moving barricades. You went down there intentionally to start trouble. You went to Oakland to start trouble, LA to start trouble, and now you have over 60-some% against you. You had a good message with, if you would have done it right. Instead, you have Van Jones saying stuff now. You have the unions who are funding this thing. It's a bad situation. It's going to hurt the Democrats big time. You're stopping people, both Democrat, Republican, and independent, from going to work. From going to work. You don't stop your citizens from going to work. They're part of the 99%. That's all I'm going to tell you. Bad move. Natalie Wood, Christopher Walken, Robert Wagner. Who would have thought we would have heard this from the 80s? Natalie Wood was on a yacht with Robert Wagner and Christopher Walken back in the early 80s. She decided during an argument, and there were 3 people on board, to get on a raft in the middle of the night, and she drowned. Well, that case is being reopened. And if you're Christopher Walken, if you're Robert Wagner, and you guys are, you know, icons right now in the Hollywood industry, you're worried today because something wasn't right then and something isn't right now. Tim Tebow, let's talk about it. Doesn't do anything all night long, basically. Throws for like 80 yards and doesn't get anything going. Then with 5 minutes left, drives 95 yards. In the same amount of games that John Elway started, he never had 3 come-from-behind wins. Tim Tebow right now, and I said this to Rob Dibble, and check us out Sunday through Thursday on Fox. I said to Rob Dibble last night, he's a superstar. He goes, no, he's not. I go, yes, he is. Where are his stats? I go, you don't need stats. He's like a movie star. He ain't like a football player. He's like a movie star. He's a bunch of things. He's football player, religious guy, movie star, matinee idol, athlete. You know, he's all positive. And yet they come back and beat the Jets. 4-1 as a starter. San Diego takes on the Bears with the guy who's got gaudy numbers. Phillip Rivers against Jay Cutler. No love lost between those guys, to say the least. The lockout continues. And the players say they want to start their own league. They couldn't even get together a tournament that was supposed to be in Australia for 2 weeks. And what are they going to do? Go get Mac Irvin in the AAU to help put something together for them? Where are they going to get the facilities? It's a mess. And Bernie Fine, how much you do, it looks like about nothing. Here's a couple guys coming out saying Bernie Fine, assistant head basketball coach at Syracuse over the last 35 years. Jim Boeheim saying last night there's no way he had improper contact with these kids. We've investigated this numerous times. These two guys are taking advantage of the victims and of the Penn State situation, I believe. If I'm wrong, fine, it's alleged. In my world, they've investigated this a couple times. It hasn't happened. They haven't netted anything. He said in 2003, one of the guys, that he'd have witnesses collaborating. They didn't. So, you know what? Not good. Weather today, chilly, fall. Check it out around the country, folks. You've been listening to 560WIND.com, the Mike North 30 and 5. I'm Mike North for the Village of Rosemont. From the 9th largest convention center to restaurants to theaters, sports venues, and hotels. 5 minutes from O'Hare. You got it all here. Rosemont. You can't miss it.